Peace, love, and blessings to you today on this beautiful afternoon. If you don't know who I am, my name is Armoni Thomas, and today I have a question for you. How do you take charge of your life? We're going to cover that. 4 different ways to take charge of your life coming up right now. Let's go. Four ways to take charge of your life. I listened to a great man, a great motivational speaker by the name of Rohn. If you don't know who he is, please go look him up. He is legendary. So I took some notes and I'm going to read from that. He shared 4 different ways to take control of your life. If your life is in shambles, if it's a wreck, it's a mess, you're lost with yourself, you don't know what to do. If you're in business and life is up and down, long story short. These 4 principles are supposed to turn that all around for you. Number 1, here's a quote. His quote is, "Life in business is like the changing seasons." And when I heard that, I was like, okay, I can understand that. It's like the changing seasons, you know. Sometimes your business is great. You think summer. Sometimes you think it's okay. You think spring or fall. Then, at times business and life is terrible and things are not going great. That's winter. So, okay. But when he started to dive deep, I was like, oh, okay, that's a good aspect to look at. So let's check them out. Number 1, learn how to handle the winters. So that's really interesting to think about, because when you think winter, you think everything's all over the place. You think everything is crazy. And a lot of us don't know how to handle it and what to do. We go straight to emotion. We're hurt, depressed, and sad, or we're angry, right? All we know how to do is react and try to work through it. But we don't have the successful people in our circle, if you don't, to show you how to properly manage it, how to get through it, okay? And this is what he covers. So it says, some are hard, some are short, some are easy, and some are long, but they keep coming. Okay, so you realize every year of your life there has been a winter. There has been hard times. So how do we handle it? Okay, so we see that there's a pattern. Now, how do we work with the pattern, break through the pattern, fix the pattern, find a different pattern, make a different pattern, etc. So it says, nights come after day. Difficulty comes after opportunity. So when he said that, I was like, okay, yeah, nights come after day. Everybody knows that. But think about that. Nights come after day. So there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times. There's going to be great moments, there's going to be sad moments. You're going to have good moods, and you're going to have bad moods. You're going to prosper in your business sometimes, and other times the odds are not going to turn out in your favor. So nights and day, okay. Then he says difficulty comes after opportunity. And I was like, wow, I've had opportunity in life, right? When you get that opportunity for something, you jump on it, you take action. And then you get started. And as you're getting started, you realize, I got a lot to learn. So now you have to mentally prepare yourself as you're taking action to do it, to get better at it, to practice, to learn. And so sometimes it becomes difficult. Well, that first time that you learned a new skill, that first time that you learned a new job, or you went to school to study for, it was difficult at first. But once you learned it and you processed it, then you put the skills into action, then you practice and you did it over and over again. Well, guess what? Your difficult turns into, oh, wow, man, this was not as bad as I thought it was. Or it was hard at first, but I worked at it and now it's not so bad, right? Okay, let's keep going here. He says, recession comes after progression. Wow. So sometimes when you get better at something, as you're progressing, you're getting better, it's not going to always get better. Does that make sense? So there are times that a recession happens and it backslides you. I used to find myself saying, man, every time I take a step forward, I get pushed back 2 steps. This recession, it happens to everybody. And that's just something that you have to accept. Although it happens and you accept it, it does not mean it has to stay that way. That's the key. There's something else that we're going to cover later on that I feel draws to this point, which is you can't change it, but you can do something about it. We can't change the winters and the summers and the springs and the falls. We can't change hard times versus good times. But it's what we do in reactive mode to it that determines the outcome. Right? Wow. Okay, let's keep going. The winter when you can't figure it out, it won't work, you ran out of money, okay? You got a broken heart. These are all winter times. These are examples he's given. Here's some other winters that we don't think about in a different sense. Economics, social, emotional, personal, broken heart, long nights. When you pray and you feel like your prayers are not being answered, it's wintertime. So I like how he put it, this analogy. He relates it to personal, financial, business, economic, social, emotional. You know, it triggers every area. Like nothing is left untouched. Let's keep this moving. So again, these are 4. Now we're on number 1. Okay, how to handle winners. That's the question. Guess what? Sometimes you think and you find something hard, or you'll say, "Man, I wish this wasn't so hard," or "Why does it have to be like this? I wish it was like this." That's one aspect. Okay, reactive mode. Here's another aspect that he points out, which I find super huge. Look, get stronger, get wiser, and get better. And I'm going to add one, gain more skill. When you're learning something new, you're trying to figure something out, and it's hard or it seems difficult, you're wishing that it wasn't. But at the same time, if you knew how to do it, if you know how to maneuver around it, if you knew how to fix it, guess what? It's not considered difficult. Does it make sense? Wow, he said his mentor told him, don't wish it was better. Don't wish it was easier. Wish for more skill. Wow. Wish that you were, work towards being better. Learn to maneuver around that. Maybe let's say business, let's say employees, let's say social. Okay? If you have something at your job, if you have something during your business that you can't control that's conflicting with your daily work routine, or maybe somebody treats you a certain type of way based on you being brand new and they've been there for a long time. They have more authority so they can tell you what to do, and in turn they don't let you have your own opinion or let you do it the way that you feel like works best for you. You got to maneuver around it. Maybe talk to them and say, hey, I do realize that this is the way that you've done it since you've been here for however long. But let's say that person's left-handed. I'm right-handed. I can't learn that way. Can I show you that I can still do it that way? But you see what I'm saying? Or can I show you somewhere else I learned this differently that could possibly benefit you? You see what I'm saying? So work around it. That tension, it's not going to get you anywhere. Continuing to, let's say, maybe fight back and forth with the person about it, no, it's not going to get you anywhere. As well as not saying nothing about it and just dealing with it, okay? Now emotionally, you're messing yourself up, okay? Because it's going to affect other things in your life. So maneuver around it, learn things, get better, and that's how you handle winners. Winners won't change, but I can. That's how life happens for me. So like I mentioned already, we can't change winter. Bad times. The business aren't working out. You're broke. And you invested all your money and you didn't get a return on your investment. Things are not working out for you, whatever area aspect of your life. Guess what? You can't change it. It happened. But what are you going to do about it? That is what you have control over. Let's not stagnate in the negativity. Let's not stagnate in the losses. Let's not stagnate in woe is me. Let's say, okay, this happened. How can I maneuver around it? How can I come from this vibration to this vibration? What can I do that I have control over? That I can turn my day around, turn my life around. And that's winters. Let's cover number 2, which is learn how to take advantage of the spring. And he had us underline, take advantage. Spring is opportunity. Spring always follows winter. Wow. So a great place for spring to be is to follow winter. For spring to follow winter, it's like, okay, man, it's rough right now. Man, it's bad times right now. Man, I'm broke right now. Maybe, man, I lost this. Maybe, man, my heart is broken. But you can look up from there. The worst is in the mist or just past. So you can look up from there. Wow, look at this. Okay. Spring is opportunity. Spring always follows winter. Opportunities always come. Guys, you got to pay attention. Opportunities are there, okay? Days follow nights. Opportunity follows difficulty. So we kind of did that in winter. It's kind of vice versa. Spring follows winter, and opportunity follows difficulty. And now there's opportunity to change it, shift it, learn something new to better this situation. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's keep going. I have to do something with my opportunity. So when it says learn how to take advantage of the spring, when you get opportunity, you got to do something with it. You know, you can't just, wow, I have an opportunity. I'm pumped for the moment and I did something, but I'm not going to keep doing it. You're not going to see the results you're looking for if you don't keep doing it. That snowball effect. I have to get good at two things in life: planting in spring or begging in the fall. I thought that was interesting how he put that. So planting in the spring, love it. Love it. Okay. Spring is not winter. So it's easier to do things. It's easier to feel good. It's easier to get stuff done in spring than it is for winter. Okay. So you can get work done. Plant. Okay. Sow. That sowing and reaping law. Keep sowing. Keep sowing. And then, or begging in the fall. He didn't really break down begging in the fall, but I think maybe begging in the fall, I think what he means is maybe getting someone else to do it for you. Reaching out and having someone else that maybe is a professional in that area or is looking to earn some extra income, that you can pay them to do it instead. So like your online business. Maybe you're not good at advertising. Maybe you're not good at marketing, editing videos, whatever it is. You know, putting the visuals and the sound effects or whatever to make your video better. Maybe you're not an editor, okay? You don't know how to do these things. Well, there's plenty of websites out there with plenty of people that would love to do it for you. So I think that's what begging in the fall means. Either way, they're both still sowing, okay? So that you can reap later on. All right, then it says, take advantage of spring quickly. There's only a few. If I'm going to do something with my life, I've got to get at it. Do not let spring pass, okay? So when you jump on opportunity, do it. Get it done. Why not? And then keep doing it. You have to discipline yourself. You have to put yourself in a routine that is essential to make sure that you get these things done. Okay, let's jump into number 3. Learn how to protect your crops all summer. So far, I just enjoyed that he is aligning these things with the seasons. Okay, we start off with winter, we went to spring, and now we're at summer. Okay, learn how to protect your crops all summer. I think learn how to protect your crops all summer. Before I read off what the notes that I took, I'm gonna take my own thought process on that and say that to protect your crops in the summer means when you start something and you went through the winter, you went through the spring, summer is like, yes, like harvesting your crops. It's reaping what you have sown in the good and the positive. You're getting those views, those subscribers, those sales. You're getting the results that you're looking for. Well, when you get those results, sometimes that stagnates people and they get big-headed, big-minded. And now they got to their goal, but they stop. And they feel like, well, there's nothing else to do because now they started making sales and it's supposed to be just, that's it. It's supposed to just stay like that. But reality is, look at the pattern it took for you to get there. You had to keep working at it. So even though you're seeing these sales, even though you're getting these subscribers or whatever it is in your niche, if you want to keep seeing these results, does it make sense? You have to keep the discipline. You have to keep the practice, okay? So now I'm going to read off what he said. He said, got to take care of what I start. As soon as I plant my garden in the spring, the busy bees and bugs are out to take it unless I prevent it. So it's like if you put out something great and it's working, but you don't keep at it, you don't brand yourself for it, you don't copyright your stuff, you don't put in the work necessary to say, hey, I started this, I worked at it, I'm claiming this to be mine. Guess what? Even people that have done that, there are people that are portraying to be them. I'm sure everybody has experienced that one way or another. It's called scamming. People hacking other people's accounts and things like that. So people will try to ruin something great that you prosper, that you worked hard at and achieve. You still have to protect your crop. You have to protect your business. You have to protect your craft, whatever it is. Because if you don't, all right, learn to prevent the intruder from taking all the good I start. So I basically covered that. people trying to, take over. So if somebody tries to hack your account or try to take over your business, you have to make it known. Like if you have true followers, you have true customers that know who you are, know you to your core, hey, reach out. Like, by the way, you guys know I have a blue check on Instagram. I'm verified. I've reached that monetization mark on YouTube. I'm verified. This and this about me. There are people that maybe some of your followers or subscribers or customers are being harassed by these people, and they come and tell you, hey, was this you, such because it's happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to a lot of people. Reach out and be like, that's not me. If such and such and such is reaching out to you, you got to block those people, because it's not me. Okay. And we have to apologize, of course, even though it's not our fault, but it just shows good character. 2 key phrases that goes along with number 3. All good will be attacked. I think he pointed this out because a lot of people think that just because they're a good person and they're positive, a lot of people think that means no trouble, no trials and tribulations, no harm will come of them, when that is not true. Just because you believe in God and you're very spiritual and you're a good person, you do everything you're supposed to do, that doesn't mean that you're protected. So all good will be attacked. Every garden will be invaded. It's unfortunate, but this is the world we live in, and there are people like that. Prepare yourself. Okay, all values must be defended. Political, social, family, community, marriages, friendships, business. It must be defended. Whatever your true core values and beliefs are as the foundation of why you do what you do. You must protect those. Because if you go back on your word, now you're not the person that you was when you began. Now you're lying to your audience, your followers, subscribers, your children, your family, whatever circle you have or influence of people that you've made. Now you're showing everyone else that you're not valuing your own beliefs that you started, that you made. Okay, so defend your values. Every garden must be tended to all summer. Even though you're living it up and it's looking great, guess what? Eventually, it will come down. And it doesn't mean you're a good person. It doesn't mean you're not doing everything you're not supposed to. It's just everybody has that season where it's fall time. It's in the name of the season, fall. It will fall sometimes. It's okay. You just pick it back up. You're not a bad person for doing so. Just maintain your practice. Last one, number 4, learn how to reap in the fall without complaint. Oh, I'm sorry. That was summer. So I linked it to fall. Okay, let's keep going here. Learn how to reap in the fall without complaint. So I think, harvest time. Take full responsibility of what happens to me. Reaping in the fall without complaint. I'm going to link that to when your outcome happens, when you look at your results and you're not happy with them, or you are happy with them. We tend to be in great spirits when we get the results that we're looking for, obviously. We're fulfilled, overjoyed, excited. But when we're reaping our results and they're not fulfilling, they're not what we were hoping for or looking for, we tend to be negative about it. We tend to criticize, complain, and judge and point fingers. And you are a product of your environment. So growing up around people that consistently do that, well, that's normal to you. Guess what? That's not good. It's not good. So I did a video on how to stop criticizing. I'm going to link that in the card right here. Go check that video out. That's not good. Okay, so let's go over what he says versus my opinion. One of the highest forms of human maturity is to take full responsibility of what happens to me. Learn how to reap in the fall without apology if you do well. So don't feel bad when you do well. And sometimes, I used to feel bad when I'll do good because it will make someone else feel some type of way. But, as you get older, over time, you realize that was my hard work. So why should I feel bad that it makes this person feel bad when I did this? Okay? I took the discipline. I sacrificed the time. And I put in to make this flourish. So why should I feel bad? Why not feel good about it? Great. It's right. Great perspective. Okay, here's the other side to it. Learn to reap in the fall without apology if you do well, and without complaint if you don't. Maturity. So, again, who you're influenced by as you grow. If you're used to people that criticize, complain, and judge, and point fingers when you don't do well, or when your results don't turn out the way you wanted them to. By not complaining, it's like you're accepting, okay, like this. I've gotten so much better at this. Okay, this didn't happen the way I was looking forward to. Okay, cool. So what can I do in exchange? How can I implement something different, something better, something I haven't done before, and get the results I'm looking for? And his analogy was growing crops. So if you plant something, and when it's harvest time, you only got a few measly carrots. This was his analogy he used. If you got a few measly carrots and you were looking for, maybe a whole bunch, well, you have to look in the mirror and say, well, what is it that you're doing? Do you not know enough about gardening? Do you need to learn some more? Do you need to hire someone to teach you? If you want to do it yourself, do you need to hire someone to do it for you and you just pay attention from the sidelines? I don't know. Whatever works for you. So don't criticize, don't complain, don't point fingers, but rather learn something different. Learn from this experience. Okay, it didn't work out because I did it this way. Like, look at the last 5 years of your life. Where are you living? What car are you driving? What are your relationships like with the different people, whether it be business, whether it be personal? Your family, your significant other, your children, your place of business, Your impact on the world. Have you impacted anybody? Have you affected anybody with your life since you've existed? Have you changed your life? Are you still the same person you were 10 years ago? Now, look at that and ask yourself this question. Is this who I still want to be? Is this how I still want to live my life? And if it's not, well, guess what? You have confronted the beast. Now, opportunity. Springtime. It's time to turn it around. It's going to be difficult, but you can prevail. It's not saying you're not going to have recession. It's not saying that it's not going to be winter times, but you have to propel through it and you will succeed. And here's a phrase to end this. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's a question first. He said, how come you haven't done well until now? He said his mentor asked him that when he was 25. How come you haven't done well until now? And he had this whole long list of stuff pointing to everything, everyone. And his mentor asked him this one question. He stated this. There's only one thing missing from this list. You're not on it. That made me laugh so hard. Because you are the reason that these things are happening in your life. A lot of us don't confront the beast. We don't go to ourselves in the mirror and be like, what are you doing? What do you want for your life? What are your dreams? And if you have goals toward your dreams, are you taking the action steps necessary to get there? Are you working on yourself, personal development, to excel at these four changes, 4 seasons that you can apply to your business and your life? Wow. Now here's the phrase. It's not what happens that determines the quality or quantity of my life. It's what I do that changes everything. So that references back to when I said, don't wish for things to be better. Do things. Learn more, obtain more to get better. Whether that be skill, whether that be social, economic, emotional, family, marriages, whatever it is, to get to where you're looking to go. So, thank you for watching my video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more, because this juicy esoteric information is essential to growth. Thank you so much for enjoying me. I enjoy that you enjoy me. And, well, this is why I say to change your mind and skyrocket your thermostat. And always smile the biggest, brightest smile you ever could smile, because if you don't, no one will do it for you. God bless you, and I love you.